map is called the Endless Vale, and this takes place on Nessus, which is a new destination for Destiny 2. As you can see, you've got some Vex architecture here and some beautiful red vegetation. It's very alien. It's sort of a trademark of this planetoid that the Vex have terraformed and sort of turned into one of their machine worlds. And this map is going to be featured in the beta, you know, players get a chance to get their hands on it.
So down over here, we actually have what I'm calling the fishbowl.
Yeah,
that's what we're going to call it.
Yeah. So you just passed the where the the B flag is in control, and that's a big hot spot. And then this area here, called the Drain, is a really cool flank route that sort of connects the center of the map. That's it's sort of a high risk, high reward area where if you know there's a fight going on over the B platform, then you can sort of surprise your opponents by basically doing this here. You jump up and then you can get a sweet flank in.
Cool. And then over here to the right, you wanted to talk about this lovely tree that we see right here.
Yeah. So this tree works as sort of a blind for a piece of cover, but you can also jump over it and pull off an awesome flank that way too with a lot of style.
Let's pretend I just killed all of my invisible enemies and looked awesome while doing it. So we talk a lot about line of sight and like where the combat's going to be, like right here. This seems like it's going to be a hot zone.
Absolutely, yeah. So that pedestal right there, that's where the control flag is going to be. So you're going to see a lot of people, vying for map control over that area. And in general, it's a very close quarters map. So you're going to see a lot of sidearm play, a lot of SMGs and auto rifles. But in this area here, we added these little pockets so that you could kind of hang back and get some maybe pulse rifle kills or scout rifle kills or even snipe from here. And that should sort of balance out the close range combat.
Got it. And then let's just take a tour, a short stroll, if you will, around the outside. Here we got our heavy ammo spot.
Yep, that's one of them.
Seems like that's pretty close to the spawn.
Yeah, so typically with control, what we do is we...
There's our buddy.
There he is.
Hey.
Sweet business.
I had to. I won't kill him though. He's being nice.
Yeah, so we typically put one power ammo on each side, sort of close to each flag. This way you're going to be able to maybe if you are losing A and B, you can sort of go over to C and pick up some power ammo as well on the way, and hopefully turn the tide in your favor.
And you have some spots back here. We're actually looking at one of the flag points.
Yeah, this is capture point C.
And then when we go back here, how busy does it get in the back spot?
It really depends on sort of your gameplay style. A lot of people really are drawn toward that platform at B, so there are times where that back cave is actually pretty quiet. So if you're really aware of what's going on in the level, you can use that area to pull off a sweet flank, or maybe you want to pull off a sneak cap on C or on A, and so you can take the back cave. But there's definitely times though where some teams prefer to take the back route more often, and they want to hold A and C as opposed to fighting over B all the time. So it really depends on sort of the strategy that you and your team are running.
We've gone all the way around to where we started. We went around through there, but showing off these pockets a little bit more. This will bring you over to the fishbowl, for example.
Yeah, this is a big engagement right here too. You'll sort of have this be the opening sort of engagement in the map as both teams rush toward the center.
You have all these little pockets. You have a spot here where you could try and poke in here, but then your back's exposed.
Right.
And such. How do players strategize in this area?
It's I think you really when you're coming up to this choke point here, the one that you just passed through, you're sort of you're checking the other side, right? You're trying to see like, okay, are there guys over there? What are they doing? Maybe you can force them into cover, and then you can sprint forward and slide into that little alcove. Especially if you've got teammates, that can be a really effective strategy to get someone up and in this area and putting pressure on the flag. You can also go into those little cubbies and crouch and maybe pull off a sneaky kill for someone that wasn't paying attention. But those little cubbies are awesome sort of overflow areas when things in the middle get super hot. So you kind of duck into here to get some cover and hopefully recharge your shields or whatnot.
Got it. And people saw me hop out over here. You actually can't go back there.
Yeah, you got the HUD off, but yeah, if you go out there, you get the
you
soft
can see the
boundary.
screen starts going, hey, maybe you're not supposed to be here.
Yep. We do let players kind of get down there, but we don't want you hanging out there for too long.
4v4. Tell me all about how everything has changed, Lars.
Yeah, in Destiny 2 with 4v4, we had to look at how we handled game modes. Control, obviously, one of the fan favorites coming back. So one of the big changes players will notice right off the bat is that both A and C are pre-captured for your team. What we found was that when you had 3 possibilities at the beginning of the game, players sort of had too many things to do and it spread the players out too much. And so we just went ahead and pre-captured A and C for them, which means then your real point of attack should be either the opposite side, whether that's A or C, or B. And what ends up happening, because B is not captured yet, the big fight happens in the first 10, 15 seconds over B.
Okay, and it looks like you just auto start capturing. There's no more like neutralizing it.
That is correct. One of the other big changes was that when you capture, there's no neutralization portion. It's no longer a 2-step capture. When you cap it, it's done. It's there for your team. We did change the timing a little bit too, and the other big change that players will notice if they're paying attention is that you don't have to have multiple people in the zone anymore to make it capture faster. Again, this was about not causing players to be clumped up in too many places together. We want them to clump up if they're working together as a team, but these really interesting things start to happen because multiple people don't have to be capturing the zone at the same time. I can go in there and start capping and say, hey, Dustin, move on. Like, go and protect my flank, or go off and start capturing another area. So as a team, we're able to sort of divide and conquer.
And even this is really subtle, but I noticed it right away. You can see through the flag. Was that because you noticed like the obscuring of view? Like I would find myself moving forward.
Yeah, that was one of the things after you play Control for a little while in Destiny 1. If the flags were getting in your way, it was just sort of frustrating, and we... Again, like I said, there's a lot of subtle things. We made the flag go more transparent the closer you get, so it doesn't get in your face when you're fighting with people. Because those situations can be really intense, and the last thing you want is a flag flapping around your eyeballs while you're trying to shoot somebody.
Definitely. So I've actually captured point A, I have C, and I'm going to capture B here. What does that mean for my points?
So you have a zone advantage already. At the top of the screen it says Zones 2 for your team. Now it just switched to Power Play. You're controlling all 3 zones, which means the point multiplier changes. So everything in Destiny 2 has been simplified. So when you get a kill, you're getting a single point for your team. When your team has 2 zones active, go for it, just do it. When your team has 2 zones active, you're going to get 2 points per kill, and like you just showed, when your team is in the power play and has 3 zones active, you'll get 3 points for each kill.
So yeah, we have a total of 5 points now. We're in the power play. That player is going to come back to it. Anything else we should know about the Control revamp?
Those are the major changes. The other thing that's more obvious too, once you get in and play this in the beta, the matches are a little bit shorter. They run about 8 minutes long. Obviously the timer at the top of the screen is just in this internal dev version. We're just playing a 2-player game, but the matches will go to 8 minutes. We do have Mercy Rule enabled as well, so we'll be testing out how matchmaking works in the beta and everything and see how that happens, but those are the majority of the rules. It should feel very similar to traditional Control, just with that Destiny 2 bit of pizzazz.
Definitely. So I have to ask, what were some of the challenges with going from the old mode where everybody's camping on a point? You kind of get those really exciting moments where like you get a Nova bomb and you're like, yeah, I got the whole team, that's awesome. You had to make sacrifices for that for smaller team sizes. How do you make those decisions?
It comes down to when we looked at the overall vision for where we wanted to go with the Crucible for Destiny 2, and a lot of that was making it not only more competitive, but making it more learnable and understandable. And the team size definitely came out of that. When we reduced the teams down to 4, you're only really, you only have to pay attention to 3 additional buddies on your team and 4 enemies, and that just makes the the sort of space that you have to be in as a player and what you're paying attention to and the number of things that are available to you at any given time, it consolidates that space down and it makes it easier for you to comprehend as a player. But then a lot of the changes we made to control specifically speak to obviously the lower player count and having players go after the things that are more interesting to do, right? So we want to not have you, we remove the neutralizing portion because it's not necessarily fun to sit on a control zone for a super long time by yourself, which could happen occasionally. So remove the neutralization. We made it, you know, a tiny bit faster in some ways. We made it so that you don't have to group up there, again, putting you in these sort of dangerous situations. And we wanted to make the game feel more tactical and understandable. And that's, again, the reasoning behind like not wanting multiple players to be on the zone at the same time. Players will still do these things, of course, because old habits die hard, but once you get a feel for it, the game starts to flow in a really fun and interesting way.
Well, thank you so much, Lars. Having had a chance to actually play it, it still feels great, and I can't wait for players to get their hands on it for themselves.
Us either. Thanks again.
Of course.
Control. Show me you can take ground. Enemy captured Zone B. Zone C captured. You have advantage. You captured Zone B.
Power plant. All zones belong to you.
Zone C lost. They have the lead, but the match is over. You're in the lead. Zone B lost. You captured Zone C. You have zone advantage. Zone A lost. You captured Zone B. You have advantage. It's time, Guardian. Crush them. Five minutes. Plenty of time to fight. Minutes remaining. Zone A lost. Double kill. Zone advantage is yours. Zone B lost. You've got 30 seconds. It's time, Guardian. Crush them. Zone advantage is yours. Double kill. Titan of the first pillar. Your allies have your back. Zone C captured. Total control. Good work. If you want it, this battle is yours. Take it! Zone A lost. Yes! Now show them the true meaning of war. Fight until there's nothing left! Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours. Your allies have your back. Zone C lost. Zone A secure. You have advantage. Wonderful! Double down! Triple down! Zone C captured. 3 minutes. You're winning. Stay strong. Zone A lost. You're almost there. Zone C lost. You captured Zone A. You have advantage.